Hello and welcome to episode 49 of I Will Cast Anything. We're on Daybreak for a ZVZ. The blue Zerg player spawning in... Whoop, did I not unpause the game? Yeah, I did. Go on, SuperHumble. Start mining. Start mining. Right click. On the... What? SuperHumble wouldn't send me a replay where he was AFK, would he? No, there he goes. Okay, that was weird. 40 seconds. Damn, SuperHumble. Must have been some strange lag on opening the game or a technical issue, I can only assume. Anyway, sorry. The blue Zerg player in the top right hand position is SuperHumble. And the red Zerg player in the bottom left hand position is KnivesOut. SuperHumble sent me this replay. He usually doesn't hang around for 40 seconds before commencing to mine with his drones. So, slightly uncharacteristic mistake there by SuperHumble. Hopefully that won't have a serious effect on the game. SuperHumble, yes, send me this replay. Sends me a lot of replays. And this latest patch of 5, you know, I've been seeing a slightly more macro-focused game from SuperHumble. The first set of replays that I got from him was quite aggressive, quite unconventional, quite cheese-focused. Whereas this has been a lot more solid, standard play, reactionary stuff from SuperHumble. But pretty good, and playing all the races, which we like to see. Looks like KnivesOut just sending this drone across to scout for the early expansion, which of course wouldn't be there even if you were expanding early, because SuperHumble got a late start and is now going to come up in here and see what's this guy doing. There's no drones anywhere. This might confuse KnivesOut, thinking his opponent is behind. SuperHumble indeed hasn't even built a spawning pool yet, as KnivesOut is finishing, so KnivesOut just going to confidently take that expansion. Not seeing anything from SuperHumble. SuperHumble AFK again? SuperHumble not building anything? Just got a ton of minerals. Oh, was maybe, well, might be saving up to get that hatch, but saved up way too much if so. Sorry. A little thrown off by these uncharacteristic mistakes that SuperHumble seems to be making at the moment. Maybe there was a lag issue on this game of some sort. Anyway, KnivesOut, getting that gas, wants to get that Zergling speed, oh so important in the mirror matchup. Second hatchery, 3/4 of the way done. SuperHumble has started an expansion as well, as that spawning pool is finishing up. Getting into that gas, so eager to get into that gas is KnivesOut. Pulled one extra drone in his eagerness, desperately wants that Zergling speed as fast as possible and wants this second hatchery to be done to start getting even more larvae out if possible. No queens out yet for either player. Here come the first two for KnivesOut. Here comes one for SuperHumble and a roach warren as well. So perhaps not going for Zergling speed, might be going for early roaches here. Which would be a very strong play. That second is also up for SuperHumble, but big supply difference here. You can see 20 supply difference. SuperHumble throwing down 2 spines already, one in his mineral line, one just next to his main, so obviously feeling a little bit on the defensive right now, trying to get that drone count up just a little bit higher. Only 2 behind now, so not doing terribly in that front, but no Zerglings, and behind 1 queen, and behind a fat roach warren sitting out there. SuperHumble sitting on 1 gas at the moment, and even more spines just defending very heavily, fortifying his base is SuperHumble. We've seen that roach warren finish up, but we haven't really seen any quick roach production. Here we go, here's a wave of roaches from KnivesOut. I would suspect that he's going to try and push out onto the map with those, because he did get them out pretty quickly. And going straight up to lair as well, so probably trying to go roach infestor as fast as possible, Mr. Knives. We'll see if it works out for him. There's an overseer. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words today. Overlord camped out here for SuperHumble, but apart from that, not any scouting information at all. Seen this, doesn't know anything that's going on. Just big waves of drones at the moment. Evolution chamber. Oh, sorry, already had one, cancelled it. Built, so just walling in at the moment, it looks like SuperHumble. Double evolution chamber roach form, but look at the building placement, very defensive. So 2 spines here. Spine up at the main. Turtling at the moment, I would say is what SuperHumble is doing. We don't see any move out from KnivesOut with these roaches. Has finished up his lair. Is going double evolution chamber himself. No infestation pit just yet. And no move out just yet. Staying conservative. Might be thinking about taking a third sometime soon. KnivesOut has much better vision of the map than SuperHumble. Has overlords dotted all over the place, watching for what's going on. SuperHumble only just starting that lair tech now, so behind definitely in a lot of regards, although did get up his evolution chambers faster, but I think those are more defensive wall evolution chambers. Look at these more spine crawlers going down, taking all the rest of his gases though. So I think equalizing on economy a little bit, yeah. No longer a massive advantage in economy for KnivesOut, although still pretty chunky gas advantage. And a significant worker lead as well. So KnivesOut is ahead because of early weirdnesses from SuperHumble, but not pressing home that advantage at the moment. KnivesOut finally getting that infestation pit. You know, if you're ahead, get more ahead. So I said he might go infestation pit, he might go third base. He's going both, proving me double right. What an excellent caster I am. And getting those upgrades from that evolution chamber, getting that missile attacks for those Zerg roaches, and for the infested Terrans. My words are all messed up today, I apologize. Roachlings, I don't know where on earth that came from. SuperHumble is getting roach speed, but doesn't have many roaches out yet, and going Hydralisk Den and Nidus Worm. Okay, here we see SuperHumble. I thought you gone soft on me. SuperHumble is not turtling up for no reason. SuperHumble is turtling up to go Nidus Worm, full of speed, roaches and Hydralisks. That's nice. Is going to take a third as well, because why not? KnivesOut just not being aggressive. Has a 50 supply lead, but not doing anything at all with it. And here come those upgrades from SuperHumble. So very, very much behind on those upgrades, but not catastrophically behind. KnivesOut is about to build a ton of infestors. Well, 3 infestors is not a ton, but they're only going to get more and more, so that puts SuperHumble at a disadvantage again, and this third has been denied by just a few lings, and there's not much SuperHumble can do about it right now. Very defensively positioned, to spend a lot of drones to make all these spine crawlers more than anything else. Has a small pack of lings now, but there's more lings down here. Run away! Choo. Neither player has Zergling speed yet. Here it comes. Metabolic boost for SuperHumble, and getting a range for those Hydras as well. Starting to build Hydras, so finally starting to mass a bit of an army here, SuperHumble. Getting that Roach Hydra army out there. Even a Spore Crawler up in here. Heavily, heavily defended. And where is that Nidus network? The Overseer's over here to spot a landing site. Here it is. Nothing loaded in. Hasn't been built yet. We'll keep an eye on it. Looks like those Zerglings down here finally were cleaned out, and SuperHumble will be able to take a third, but the infestor count for KnivesOut at the moment is just getting higher and higher all the time. They're storing up energy. Defensive Baneling Nest, I think, coming for SuperHumble, so still playing a defensive style, but getting a lot of good Hydralisks out there. Finally going to finish +1/+1. KnivesOut has already started +2 weapons. Nidus Network not coming into play just yet, but the income advantage has stretched out again for KnivesOut after having taken that third so much earlier than his opponent. And that supply gap still pretty massive, more than 50. But KnivesOut continues to not be using his advantage for aggression, happy to just power for now. Go as high up the tech tree as he can before he really has to start making any attacks. And SuperHumble, again, so defensive here, throwing down a ton of buildings, and just watch how his drone numbers drop down as he does this. He's going to have to build a ton of drones to get up to saturation on 3 base. Oops. Not really approaching mined out at the main yet, so needs a lot of drones right now. So many spine crawlers. It's going to be a spine crawler creep push. I mean, not much creep has been spread at the moment. The Nidus network still hasn't come in. There are a couple of flying... Ooh, 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 ooh. There's that Nidus network. Waited for the army to move out, I think. And the army has moved out. And is there vision of this Nidus network? There is vision of this Nidus network, but it's not been spotted by KnivesOut yet. Out pops the Nidus network. And I think KnivesOut's just seen it, but there's a big gap here, has to run around. Needs to come and kill this quickly. Lings, 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 lings. They're going to kill this queen. They might kill the infestation pit too. And this is going better than could be hoped for SuperHumble's gone a huge force of links through. Might have hoped he'd put some more expensive units in there. The queen falls, the infestation pit falls, the army arrives, might get a free infestor kill, will do there. And then cleaned up. But a very worthwhile attack from SuperHumble there. Didn't kill many workers, I don't think. No, didn't kill any workers in fact, but got queen kill, which is always useful, and got a key tech structure, the infestation pit, which will now have to be rebuilt. But SuperHumble is getting his own infestation pit. Has this third so well defended, but is massively behind in army count still, so is able to be very effective with a small force there and occupy the much larger force of his opponent. So many spine crawlers. Jeez. Here comes that rebuild infestation pit from KnivesOut. And SuperHumble going crazy on the upgrades, meanwhile getting +2, getting Burrow, getting Baneling speed, so not a defensive Baneling, this might be Banelings for aggression here. No gas taken on this third yet, so still behind in gas income quite significantly. But getting up to drone mining, to drone numbers on this third. Is the Nidus going to be used again? That is the question. In fact, it's already been constructed. Where's the detection? Where's the attention from KnivesOut? And another massive wave of links is going to come out here. There are spine crawlers here, though. I don't think this is going to be as damaging as the previous one. In fact, it looks like evacuation has been called. And KnivesOut is unhappy now. Moving out with a maxed out army that is mostly roaches, it must be said. Gosh, that's a lot of roaches. 48 roaches, but plenty of infestors, and they all are on full energy. This is going to be really difficult to deal with for SuperHumble. Does have just the biggest forest of spines at the top here, but KnivesOut just needs to toss a ton of infested Terrans up there. Here they go. Splorch. Oh, the infested Terrans aren't attacking though. Attack infested Terrans. The infested Terrans have been move commanded out of here. That was a slight error there from KnivesOut, and roaches are just getting massacred here. Oh my god, this is terrible. Does finally get some fungals down on this arc of units, but SuperHumble had a great concave, all these spines slowing it down. All of these roaches are just dying at the moment for KnivesOut. I think this push is going to be stopped, maybe? I think the infestors are still going to be alive. Here come more infested Terrans. Let's see. Oh no, those are SuperHumble's infested Terrans. My mistake. And they're going to push off this attack. Well, KnivesOut, I have to say, botched that pretty badly. Move commanded his own infested Terrans away. And not able to push up this narrow ramp and make it work for himself. And SuperHumble has equalized the supply there. KnivesOut is going up to Hive, which SuperHumble is not yet at. Oh, never listen to anything I say, especially not today. I'm getting everything wrong. SuperHumble's already at Hive. He's going to clean up the rest of this army that was left out. Creep spread not great for either player. KnivesOut did take a fourth behind that, which was not a bad move, but lost a lot of units there. You can see 3,500 advantage for SuperHumble in resources lost. and getting a lot more hydralisks with that range, with that +2/+2 upgrades. I think upgrades have stopped coming for yeah, both players have stopped at +2/+2 it looks like on upgrades for their ranged units. Either player going up to Spire yet, both players just focusing on Roach and Infestor at the moment. Here comes +3/+3 for SuperHumble, so he's going to get ahead in upgrades. Is going to take a 4th base as well. Worker count's pretty much even at the moment. So many spine crawlers. Hasn't rebuilt all these ones up here, but still just lots and lots and lots of spine crawlers. It looks like an expeditionary force of Lings is going to get murdered here. So many spines. Oh, there's enough Lings that they are going to get through. They might even get some worker kills actually. But they're running around to try and get to the Queen, and that's not going to work. Now they're going to go munch on some workers. They're going to get a few kills, but Bungles go down. Lings die. 2 workers killed there. Not the most effective piece of harassment. KnivesOut. Don't know where this Queen was going, but it is headed home quickly. This Queen also headed home. Oh, and it looks like this base was denied by SuperHumble at some point during that. So now SuperHumble is going to be at a base advantage. So after winning that big fight at the base of the ramp to his natural expansion, SuperHumble is able to take map control now, send his army out, sit on the map, which he hasn't been doing at any point in this game so far, get up to 4 bases and throw down more spine crawlers, which have been keeping him in this game. Spine crawlers get kill tracks? Yes, they do. This one has 6 kills, this one has 7. Some badass spine crawlers. Shame they don't have ranks. But KnivesOut has remaxed here and is going to push across with all these roaches and the infestors once more. 55 roaches for KnivesOut. A massive army by anyone's reckoning. What can SuperHumble do to defend it? I think this 4th even might just die. I don't know if SuperHumble wants to try and attack up this ramp, but it looks like he might. Oh, some sick Bungles have gone down already. I don't know how that fungal got in there. It was so good. But yes, is able to kill off that 4th, and now he's going to push it on SuperHumble's army. Gets 2 great Bungles, but the Bungles going back and forth from both sides. Hard to tell who's winning here. I think KnivesOut has the edge. I think he's pushing forward despite all these Bungles. Supply just about even after that. KnivesOut quickly rebuilding a ton of roaches, not wanting to push on. So both players counter killing 4th bases there. Neither player able to take the edge and defend. Here comes Burrow for KnivesOut. Was there a borrowed infestor? I think there might have been a borrowed infestor in the army that threw down that fungal that I missed. Because I'm pretty sure I saw SuperHumble get Burrow already. Yes. But anyway, KnivesOut is going up to +3/+3 and getting Burrow. SuperHumble did get a Spire, but I don't think has used it for anything yet. No. And he's getting another Nidus network. Why not? Lings into the main, which actually doesn't have much mining going on. Oh no, the roaches are going to come and clean this up. SuperHumble not going to turn around, he's just going to let those Lings die. But not a terribly effective attack. Here comes that 4th again. Mine out becoming an issue at main and natural bases for both players at this point in the game. And Nidus Network's not going to do it. Here's the Greater Spire for SuperHumble, only just starting for KnivesOut. There she blows. But KnivesOut maxed, just churning out those roaches every time. Back up to 50 roaches again. So SuperHumble might have a hard time holding this 3rd hatch until Broodlords get out. And it's going to be a little while before Broodlords are out. No Corruptors yet. For SuperHumble, does have a good gas bank. They could use the minerals from this 3rd base. KnivesOut just sitting at the moment. Probably going to push through the middle soon and take out these rocks from his position, I would assume. And SuperHumble Doesn't have a massive forest of spines here. Does have one here though. Has his army here. Quite a few spines here. So lots of good defendable positions. Here comes KnivesOut. Can he get the angle on SuperHumble's army? SuperHumble has going to engage from the high ground here, able to get some great bungles on those units before they even spotted his infestors. Spreading out now. These Hydras going to town. Fungals flying back and forth from both sides. Again, hard to tell who has the advantage. I think KnivesOut is winning this. I think KnivesOut's superior roach numbers are going to push through all these Hydras up on the high ground. The infestors burrow and hide. And KnivesOut is running away, so... well, maybe just coming off worse in that engagement. The Hydras are coming in and picking off what they can, and the fast roaches popping at the infestors. Burrowing down to heal up now. A very big army trade there. Both players, big numbers in the losses column. Slightly favouring SuperHumble still. But a close game with big trades. SuperHumble must be thinking about aggression now. Here come those Corruptors. Doesn't have any Broodlords yet, but is going to be able to get up to them pretty soon. Finally going to start mining on this fourth. KnivesOut has a fourth up, but not able to mine on it just yet. Not much harassment got done for either player. Infestation Pit was sniped down here by SuperHumble at one point, which was great. But not many worker kills. Lots of Corruptors coming now. SuperHumble going to build Broodlords and then go kill. That's my prediction. KnivesOut has been sticking with roaches this whole time. Is getting the Greater Spire. Realizes what's going on now. That at this stage in the game, Broodlords have to be an option. So you need to get some Corruptors out at least. Does have a good number of infestors. So much in the units tab is hard to read at the moment. 11 infestors for KnivesOut. SuperHumble with lots and lots of Hydralisks. And starting to morph in those Broodlords now, and I think that will swing the game in his favour. One would expect. Here they come. With the push surely soon to follow. KnivesOut not remaxing as quickly this time. KnivesOut also going for Corruptors into Broodlords. This many Corruptors could be a problem for the Broodlords of SuperHumble right now, actually. Not sure how this fight will go. I think these drones might be being sacrificed in order to free up some supply cap at this point in time. A grisly death. But it is necessary to morph in 4 more Broodlords. And that is what is important. But Broodlords for both sides now. Are we going to see just a big maxed out army Zerg fight? I think we are. Both players very similar unit composition. More Hydras for SuperHumble. More Roaches and Infestors for KnivesOut. It's going to be very close. I'm trying to look at Broodlord numbers now. It looks like they're both going to be at 9 Broodlords as well. We have probably both pretty much got their planned late game army composition at this point. With all the losses that have happened along the way. We'll see where the engagement comes. Plenty of energy on these infestors over here. Is SuperHumble going to try and knight his network at the same time? I feel like not all of SuperHumble's army is here, but I can't figure out where the rest of his supply could be. And KnivesOut is swinging around the top here. Going to go for the killer blows straight into the short length of spine crawlers there, but Broodlord's going to be able to attack the main base pretty shortly. Where's SuperHumble? Here he is. Big clump of units here. If he can get some good fungals off, this Broodlord's be able to do a ton of damage. There's one. Now the Broodlords are up on the high ground. They're attacking those spines over there, and the units come in below. Great fungals from KnivesOut. Great concave as well, but the Broodlords are in. The Corruptors have been fungled. Where are the Broodlords for KnivesOut? They're coming down from the high ground. They're starting to go to town. Infested Terrans everywhere. I think SuperHumble is getting pushed back here, but the supply from KnivesOut is dropping faster. I think the superior number of Broodlords is doing its work. Finally, these Corruptors are dying. Broodlords are all that's going to be left for both sides here. And the ground armies have been totally wiped out. Who's got a Corruptor left? SuperHumble has 1 Corruptor left. Does KnivesOut have any Corruptors left? No. SuperHumble's going to win this, because SuperHumble has Corruptors and KnivesOut has none. Down on the bottom, broodling on broodling violence. When will it end? But SuperHumble has won this. SuperHumble, by virtue of keeping his 2 corruptors alive, now has complete control of the air and is getting to eat everything. Not quite the longest ZVZ ever, but pretty funny there. And just a ton of fruitlings. Well played indeed. That was fun.